Welcome back to my channel, Lotus the Sage. I'm Lotus. Today we're going to go into a reading about my priorities now. What should your focus be on? So we have two piles. You can choose your piles. I'll see you at your timestamps. Hey, welcome pile one. Let's get into your pile and your priorities now. All right, pile one. Your first position is your main priority. Your second is what's blocking you. Your third is things I can change. The four, things I must accept. How things will progress. All right, let's get into it. Capricorn, the boss. Serious, authoritative, ambitious, realistic, structured, traditional, wise, enduring, accomplished, badass, majestic, competent, prepared, down-to-earth, corporate, revised, rigid, disciplined. So I'm thinking it's about work. It's about bossing up with yourself. It's about taking leadership of your life. It's about that entrepreneurial spirit. That's that main priority. Is taking yourself more seriously or putting more time into your own personal legacy. Tarot card you have is the Chariot. Movement, achievements, wanting to merge ideas, coming together with people, forging your own path, balancing out the level of your work and life. It's also about making your own dreams a reality. Again, bossing up literally for yourself. You want movement, you want spiritual movement, you want growth in an area, and you want to be in charge of that, in charge of your own life, in all facets of the word. Then we have an angel card, Four of Wands, Mahasaya, God the Savior. Rectification helps one live in peace with everyone. Yeah, that Four of Wands is that, salutary victory, that stability, that home, your own savior. This Mahasa, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, forgive me, is really there as that protector and that reassurance, allowing you to, again, take control of your own life. That's what the main priority is. Beautiful. Okay, let's see what's blocking you currently. Second house. Assets, material world, possessions, finance, talent, values, solidity, worthiness, wardrobe, luxuries, credit score, security, aesthetics. Maybe the blockage is right now about your perception on how you can actually achieve this based on where you currently are sitting right now when it comes to your assets, when your material possessions, your money. Hence why this is probably nudging you even stronger to boss up and be your own boss, quite literally, to be self-employed, to create your own income. There could be also a thing of letting go of some of your old possessions too, selling them to create some more income, or to revive some of them to make them new. I don't know why that's coming in. Vintage and thrift shops is what I'm getting. Also, paying attention to where your second house sits in your natal chart if you're aware of where that is, and what planet's in that sign currently. That might give you an extra idea of what to focus on when it comes to the second house of what's blocking you, or for you to take a deeper look at. That worthiness too, of you being able to feel worthy of being able to get this. But again, I think that's my point is that's why the priority is on how am I going to boss up myself? How am I going to level this out? How am I going to be my own generator of luxury, of finance, of security? And then you have the Six of Pentacles, right? With that reciprocity, that balance again, having enough to be able to give. That's where you want to get to. That's that blockage. Maybe you are giving too much of yourself in some cases. Maybe you're one of those people who gives the shirt off their back when you really actually need that shirt. There's no shame in that. So there's something for you to look at when it comes to the balancing of how you give and take, where you choose to spend your money, how you choose to generate money, or how you can, generate money right now with the little things. Small jobs is what I'm getting. And then we have Sia, Six of Wands. Sia, either way, Sia or Sia, God who took evil. Longevity protects against infirmities. This is exactly what you're trying to do, is to create this longevity that will create a resistance against being in this position again, of needing somebody else to, in other words, working for somebody else. Putting more money into somebody else's pocket instead of your own. Putting all of your time and your assets into something else instead of your own. That's what this focus feels like quite heavily. where your priority should be right now, currently. Okay, let's see the things you can change. Trine, flow. Harmonizes, aids, enriches, benefits, energizes, enjoys, eases, lubricates, gifts, rhymes, supports, indulges. Go with the flow. That's what they said, to go with the flow. Go with the flow of what's happening, but to follow your own flow. Like I was talking about, trying to find those little jobs, or those little things is what I mean, that bring about some ease and comfort within the figuring out. So it will allow you to sort of move through this transition of your life, of the discovery of the how, to create this prosperity, longevity, stability, security, and you being your own boss. This is what this flow is going to lead you in, as long as you keep this as your priority in your intentions and in your actions. Love this. The world. Yeah, it's about that perspective, right? About changing the perspective of what's going on, per se, and or of using this flow in the world to create what it is you want. Either way, it's still in your hands. You know, it's to flow with that natural flow of what's going on instead of fighting it or arguing with it, because it's not going to get you any farther. And now finding that way to move within the changes that are happening societally, in your immediate environment, within yourself. Find that flow and trust it. Within the ups and downs, within the doubt, trust it. Then we have Poel, Two of Pentacles. God who supports the universe. Speaking of the world, fortune and fame fulfills any request. Look at that. This is what you can change, right? It feels like the angels are supporting you, and it's a reassurance of you being able to accomplish this task. Kawan, you got this. This is lovely. And I'm also getting a feeling of, don't think any dream is too big. Any possibility is too big. You need to be realistic within the dream and your steps, but don't think that the actual end goal is too big. Example, if you're making $400 a week, you can't be saying I'm going to make 4 G's in a week. It's, you know, highly unlikely. So make realistic goals for you to make those steps to get to your ultimate goal. But fulfills any request is a great reassurance. Amazing. What you must accept. Opposition, balance. Relates, mirrors, interacts, confronts, makes conscious, manifests, disciplines, conflicts with, tests, objectifies, calls out. So yeah, like we said, finding that balance and that flow. Having reflective moments to see how this is going to play in your aid within this flux. Things that are made conscious, patterns that you are made aware of, a discipline and to change those patterns to create the boss, to create that bounty, to create that security within the self. Some of your ideas may conflict with what's happening, but again, how are you finding that flow to find the balance in the opposition of what you would like to create and what may be happening around you in your life? Okay, your tarot is, damn, 7 of Swords. What you must accept. I feel like, to be fair, my viewer, you're this dude. You're like, F these people. Like, you guys are crazy. And I'm gonna do what I need to do. This is like the first time that one of the very few times that I get like a positive energy from this 7 of Swords. Like a true positive, being like, I have made the choice. Look, where to walk to is to walk towards my role, my world, and my flow. To leave behind what doesn't work. This opposition from me. I've been trying to fit in and didn't really, 2 parts of me out of the 7 fit in. Mentally, I'm somewhere else. I'm much more worldly than this small little town. This small little way of thinking, the small mind. That's what I'm getting right now, especially with this balance and opposition and looking at, I'm stepping towards my flow. To fulfill my own personal requests. I've been fulfilling yours. That's interesting. That's what you must accept. Like, don't feel bad about doing this again, is the point. It's like, you chose to fulfill you. You can't be mad at choosing you. Well, you can, but I'm asking you not to be mad at choosing you. Because that's the ultimate best choice to inevitably help everyone. And that's freaking beautiful. I freaking love that. And then you have the Page of Swords. Hahaya. Hahaya. There it is. Hahaya. God the refuge. refuge, governs dreams, and reveals mysteries hidden from mortals. And that Page of Swords, right? Taking that knowledge, using that knowledge, understanding that wisdom, hence it's going to make you choose you. It has already made you choose you. Accept it. Accept that you may not be the norm. Accept you're the beautiful, gorgeous, sacred, rebel, divine weirdo. I love you. You're my kind of people. As they say, wave your freak flag, because I'd be raving it right beside you. I love that. Pay attention to your dreams. Heed your intuition. Keep studying whatever it is that your interests involve. How things will progress. Gemini, butterfly. Curiosity, communicative, versatile, flexible, variety-seeking, social, collaborative, brilliant, perceptive, connected, vocal, adaptive, street smart, mobile, studious, superficial, restless, and frigidity. So it will create movement. It'll create communication of like-minded people, twin souls. I said twin souls. That might mean something for some. Yes, this curiosity now, being able to truly explore and experience a world you didn't get to before. Fully, I should say. Yeah, you want that variety of brilliant minds. Again, talk about study, right? Being that studious. There is a bit of restlessness, but I think that this movement is all lovely. This is what you need. From chariot to like this butterfly, it's a really nice like ground to air, you know? It's lovely. Taking off is what I'm feeling or seeing. It's the chariot that has wings, in other words. Oh yeah. And the sun. Oh man, that's awesome. Like just amazing communication, joyous adventures, feeling young, inspired again, movement. Oh man. I feel a lot of joy. Just made me smile so hard. Cheesed up hard. And then, Three of Swords, the quickly forgiving God. Before I read this passage here, that's interesting because I feel like you're going to be in such a good space that all of the things that happened here before, even if this was done to you, or you felt guilty about something, there's going to be some sort of like revelation about I did make the right choice. And this forgiveness of yourself, technically, because there may have been a part of you that might have been blaming circumstance or environment more heavily than its actual involvement, and you discovering that you create your own reality, you are your own boss, you can have what you want, it's a matter of taking that in and owning it, and you get there, and now you have this, ultimately, this like, all is gravy, my friend, I forgive, we good. Love and submission, cures illnesses, influences paternal love, gives long life. Exactly. You know, it's just that ultimate grace and forgiveness of peace and joy. I am good. We're good. This is awesome. I'm in a great space. All is forgiven, you know? Lessons have been learned. I am in love with that. Ooh, okay. Let's get one of the divine doorways just to close off your reading. Oh, it was really fast. They're ready. Okay, you can meditate on that for a minute. The message is, a note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation, and goal, blessed is the body, mind, and soul. See, that's that there. Because you're in that beautiful place of just peace and love and centered grace, everything is gravy. Ooh, that feels like gooey and ooh, I love it. Okay, my beautiful pile one. I hope that brought you some insight onto your priorities. I hope that's giving you an extra boost and some confidence. Sending you all of my love. Keep watering your lives, my beautiful budding beauties. Until next time, this is Lotus. Ciao. Welcome, pal 2. All right, let's get into your cards. My priorities right now. This position is going to be the main priority. This is going to be what's blocking you. Things that you can change. Things you must accept. How things will progress. Okay, let's get into the first. What is your main priority? Aquarius, the innovator. Experimental, rational, unique, liberal, electric. group-oriented, humanitarian, free, radical, eccentric, diverse, futuristic, utopian, idiosyncratic, disruptive, edgy, detached. Innovator being your main focus, that's what it's asking you to focus on. The experimental side of yourself, thinking outside of the box, allowing yourself to see the beauty in the chaos. Keep yourself open, diverse, and inventing from spirit. Yeah, okay. And then we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups. So being the innovator with the Queen of Cups is allowing yourself to still show that emotional sensitivity. Spirit wants you to make sure that you're creating from a space of emotional ease, of peace and grace, of no stress is put on it. It feels like something that needs to come from an inspiration, so to speak, and to nurture that spark or idea or vision in a way that allows you to nurture yourself and nurture those around you. Emotionally intelligent with intellectual forethought. Yeah, it's big about creating from that space. I don't know why they're bringing up like outside energies sort of indirectly manipulating how you might be creating. The reason either being based on doubt in yourself or doubt in yourself or a fear that you may not be able to accomplish what you are dreaming about. So come back into the self, come back into your emotions, sit in your feeling when this spark arises, to trust it and not doubt how it shows up, how you choose to go about it, who thinks it's a crazy idea. Follow your own intuition. And then you have Nine of Cups, Habuya, forgive me, God the greatest giver. Healing, preserves health and cures diseases. So this innovation is a part of a wish or a desire that your soul wants to fulfill. This beautiful angel that's coming in to assist you on this new path, to accompany your path towards this fulfillment. This innovation possibly could have something to do with healing and health, and in any area of healing and health, not necessarily in the traditional sense of medicine, but in any way that is allowing yourself or allowing one to tap more deeply into the spirit, into the subconscious, into your true self. There could be something about that you are trying to create right now. Spirit's saying, do it, go for it, they got your back. Yeah, it does feel like this is going to be like I can understand the fear and the change of it. There's a lot of scrutiny that comes with outside of the box thinking and going against the grain or going up against power even. That's been coming up a lot in the collective recently. I'm an advocate for you, so you fight for this. You trust and honor your soul's calling. Spirit has got you. You're on the right path. Do it. That should be your main priority. Okay, let's see what's blocking you. Cancer, the doula. Feeling sympathetic, comforting, nostalgic, protective, intuitive, birthing, tender, nocturnal, caring, moody, receptive, lunar, sentimental, introverted, defensive, family-oriented. What's interesting for me right away was I heard mother. That's what I heard. So take this if it resonates. Again, do not make something sit that does not sit. Period. When I heard mother, I heard there's either a feeling from mother or motherly figures in your life that you feel this sort of either may go against or you don't want to disappoint them. There's a really heavy energy on nurturing your intuitive instincts though. Because if you choose to allow yourself to, even if it's out of like the most noble and humble and loving place, if you're still not honoring yourself and honoring your divine sparks of creating your own life, because this is your spirit to fulfill. This is your experience that you wanted. So if you choose not to allow yourself to fully embrace the possibility of you based on a fear of disappointment or of not being enough or of just doubting your own intuition, I can see how that would create a block. But that block is, if you can recognize it, you can see how to remove the block, or at least confront the block for you to look at it more clearly and know how to pass through it, pass over it, pass under it. You could also be having forgive the phrasing, like a mini pity party. Feeling a little, sensitive and nostalgic for times of the past when things were easier, when this wasn't an issue. Again, we either going to go with the flow and evolve with our own choices, because this is culturally what we've decided, all of us, not just you, everybody. How are we going to maintain our own autonomy and authenticity moving in this place between intellect and spirituality, critical thinking and mass hysteria? Okay, then we have the Knight of Swords. It's making me think of maybe you possibly feeling like you're too hasty about something, that you're going into something with not enough knowledge or understanding or information, feeling that you need to be nurtured and mothered a little bit more for you to have that confidence. Again, still coming back to that fear of either not feeling like you can fulfill or you're going to disappoint yourself or someone else. Feeling like a novice. But I honestly do feel that you're ready to do this. This is the main priority, is the innovator spirit, that intuitive knowing when to follow your nudges. This Nine of Cups here with this angel, God the kindest giver. It's giving you this opportunity to do this, to step into yourself. Do not fear the speed in which it may come. More importantly, the speed in how it feels, because time is an illusion. I heard you've been preparing for this. So that haste and speed is coming from spirit. Maybe why I kept saying that spark. Heed that spark. Honor that spark. You have that enough gusto to get you to the spot where you can actually release some of the attachment you may have to this particular energy that is preventing, that particular energy that is keeping you feeling like you're blocked. Then we have Daniel, King of Wands, God the merciful judge. Eloquence gives answers to those in doubt. You see what I mean? Like, you know what you're doing. Your spirit knows what it wants to do. Honor it. Daniel here, God the merciful judge. Again, you've already made this decision in spirit, priority-wise. Your spirit is sparking you and urging you to go, regardless of how hasty or fast it feels. You are protected. It's giving you answers. And also actually making me think of, why is there a possibility, if this is the case, that this person or thing would not receive you well, if that energy is the flow that you're on, the frequency that you're on? If it's about feeling like you need some more mothering or some more support, or feeling like so, and dwelling in that thought, instead of, when you find the why are you feeling like that, and it could be a very practical reason, how can you nurture and mother yourself? How can you support yourself and be your biggest cheerleader? As God is that merciful judge, supporting you, giving you answers when you have doubt. Listen to the spark. Beautiful. Things you can change. Look at that. Third house, your perception. That's exactly right. Speech, thoughts, social media, excursions, dating, siblings, research, street life, circulation, discussions, surroundings, sociability. That's pretty straightforward. Changing your perception. how you speak about things, or who you speak things to for that matter. What presence or energy that you want to move forward in on social media, on your everyday communications, on your romantic relationships. There's a big feeling around trying to gather and be around people that don't necessarily have your same perspective and point of view, and try not to have any judgments, negative judgments, instead of just contemplative reflection. Interesting. I can still argue my point, but even if you're like blue in the face, you're like, I just wanted to get that out in a sense, or wanted them to understand my point of view, and etc. There still has to be that moment of coming back, being like, oh man, did I really need to push that? What was the point of me really doing that? Why did I need to do that? Why did I need to push that issue? And don't dwell on that, just think about the why, and then remember and reflect on what was said and how the conversation ended, etc. There's a lot about like this communicative banter, especially with this innovative energy coming out as your main priority, changing the perception on how you nurture and give to yourself, and how your outside and external environment is either playing and aiding in your transition or path, or it is discreetly poking little holes just for you to get distracted. Nothing is really perfect, my friends. So our perception, in my opinion, ultimately always needs to change and shift and come around from a different angle. It's like being in this circle, right? If I'm this tiny guy and I'm standing over here, my perception as that tiny guy could be like, this expands across the whole way. I'm just going to walk across, and then all of a sudden now I feel like I'm going around. Wait a second, am I in the same spot? It looks the same, right? But what if I stood here now? And what if I stood here now? That's the analogy that they're giving me. This in this sphere, there's a perception and a cyclical, circular nature of how you need to view certain aspects about yourself, about the spark, about how you create life in your life. Find the different angles so you can color a fuller tapestry. Step into the observer and be active in your stillness. Communicate only when necessary. Speak clearly as you allow your true self to be heard. That's interesting. Okay, look at that. Ace of Cups. What you can change. Like we said, how are you offering up this information? They said that observer, being able to sort of give and support all different perspectives, ideas, concepts, and still maintain some sort of unity. This is what's lacking in our society right now. And you have that ability to be able to sit and see. That perception is key. That's beautiful. It actually makes me feel like you're fighting the good fight, So please honor that. Yes, especially this gentle hand, and I'm getting drawn this time to the waterfall or the water overflowing. And this circular thing again, having 3 on one side, 2 on the other. It's very, like I was talking about the different perspectives, right? And how that can feed into your beautiful pool of emotional knowledge. This beautiful, like again, this cyclical thing, this cyclical dance that I'm feeling. This is a change in your emotional perceptions. And actually how you use the information from this new perspective to evolve into this innovator spirit. Immerse yourself with different people. Immerse yourself with different-minded people. Opened, and open, mind you, but different than you. Different walks of life, different ages, different cultural backgrounds, different economic backgrounds. Then we have the world. God, the source of wisdom, the world, beautiful. Fountain of wisdom gives success in all ventures. There it is. That's what you can do. Again, talking about this world, right? We kept talking about this circular, cyclical thing, this coming together. This is exactly what I saw in my head with that circular. The inner rings. Wow, I didn't even notice that. The inner rings on this globe here, all those different angles is what I'm talking about. Like being able to be here and then be here. But how that rotation is, you see something completely different in its natural orbit, right? Beautiful that came out. What a beautiful synchronicity. Which there are none, but you know what I'm saying. So again, beautiful. I talked a lot about this card. Okay, that's what you can do, but that's what I'm just feeling. It's like I feel like this is the key to the priority. You know, it's like when you allow yourself to truly immerse yourselves in situations and people or things that purposefully make you uncomfortable for your growth, in a sense. It doesn't have to be super uncomfortable. Just be like, ooh, this might be a touchy subject. Is it possible that I could keep my mouth shut? Because I have a hard time doing that personally. But sometimes there are those moments where I'm like, I could just be quiet and just listen, because sometimes you get some real gems that get delivered and you're like, woo, I was going to try and battle my way into this just to prove a point or just to have some intellectual banter, which I do often. But there are moments where you just don't speak, and that trail of conversation is so revealing. It's so revealing, good or bad, doesn't matter. It's just revealing. So that's the example that they're giving me. Okay. What you must accept, things you must accept. Neptune, dreams. Yeah, see, like, accept this spark. Like, trust you, man. Trust you. Just trust you. Imagination, memories, the subconscious, self-sacrifice, ideals, universal love, visions, meditation, spirituality, compassion, empathy, fantasies, escapism, the ether, enchantment, confusion, veils, and magic. Dreams. Yep. You got to accept that this is a part of what you want. Your soul's calling. Listen to your intuition. The same thing. Find that spark. Travel, astral travel even. Like, there is a lot of that, this beautiful movement. It's gorgeous. Got to accept that. Yeah, like, you're just in your head about your dream. Look at this. Neptune dreams, Nine of Swords. Overthinking, sleepless nights, can be possible anxieties. You know, like, and this worrying about, can I do this? Can I not do this? Is this smart? That's what I'm feeling. Like, this must be crazy. I'm crazy. Like, I'm getting all of this, apologies, nonsense. It's nonsense, okay? Nonsensical banter in your brain. Even maybe in your dream time. Travel. Change your perspective. Allow other people's perspectives to emotionally fill you up in a different way than you were actually even expecting. Got to accept this, my friend. This is you. You are this innovator, this intuitive, this free thinker, this spiritual rebel. Get it and give her. Trust that. All right. Yes. Wheel of Fortune. Look at that. Metatron. The recording angel. Advancement and progress, teaches, guides, and records events in the book of life. You gotta accept it, my friend. What do you want? The world, Wheel of Fortune, like, do you? Because let me know, because I will. Okay, I'll clear it up for you. Trust you. The wheels are turning in your favor. Find different angles and perspectives to allow your perception to change on your worldviews, on yourself, on how you communicate, how you generate, how you trust, and what you pass on. Get it? That is what you must accept. It's coming. Either by force or by choice. Do it by choice. All right, here we go. How things will progress. Oh, beautiful. Expansion, Jupiter. Enthusiasm, optimism, generosity, benevolence, beliefs, luck, seeking, travel, positivity, lectures, foreign cultures, teaching, pilgrimage, chance, expansion, leaping, exploration, and potential. Yep, leading to your expansion, leading to your growth, leading to what you want, leading into where you want. All of it is gravy into this hermit, which is a spiritual knowing and a reflection back. The moment when you allow yourself to accept this perception change and marinate it into your being, and you create the dream, or on the verge of creating the full picture of the dream, when you get to that expansion, it's going to be this, I'm getting this like, look at where I came from. Look at this beautiful reflection back on what he's looking at. You know, that 9 of Swords and that overthinking here, you know, like, look where I came from. Thinking about, oh yeah, but this is sort of what sparked it all for me to actually think I can get to this part of expansion. You know, this King of Wands and this naive spark, so to speak, or this energetic impulse just to do, you know, to do and get things done. Being able to finally let go of maybe some of the parenting you were holding onto from the external sense, and now able to parent yourself, which has led you into this intuitive, smart, innovative, expansive, beautiful, wish-fulfilled, healing goddess or god. It's so lovely and magnificent. It feels really calm and like, I did that. That was me. I got something to share. Yep, look at that. And the Fool, the exalted God. That's what I was actually just thinking about when I was talking about this card. For some reason I didn't say it. But that's where it is. An expansion into the reflective, into knowing now I can step into this new beginning, this new start, this folly. Will and new beginnings assists with difficult and great undertakings, you know, which is the next step on this journey, because now you'll be in the state and frequency of the belief. It's no longer just an intention, you are living the belief, which leads you to that expansion. Lovely. Let's get you some divine doorways to close off your reading, my beautiful pile 2. Wow. Okay. Both groups came out quick. All right. It says, walkabout. You discover your path in sacred walkabout. The trees are your people. The earth is your tribe. In indigenous lessons, you find the will to survive. That's so beautiful, especially when you're talking about that Fool, and now you're being in this new wanderer version, or this new state, the new spiral of the Fool, right? No longer starting from the seed. You have already matured to a certain level, so now that spiral can start at a different spot to get even higher in your personal evolution. That walkabout, which we talked about, this path, right? As you continue to contemplate on this, use this as a reassurance. You're going to get there. Spirit has got you. There's understandable and space for your fear and worry. But with that being said, they got you and you got you. Your spirit would not leave you hanging, and source would not leave you hanging. It doesn't matter how you view it. Okay, my beautiful budding flowers, I hope that was helpful and at least giving you some focus or confidence moving forward. I'm sending you all of my love. Until next time, ciao.